helps develop them at a young age.
Well won by Lavelle, and now slips it ahead. Hatch sneaking through. Excellent save. Turned aside by Nair. The follow-up put in. Washington Spirit grabbed the opening goal.
Well done by Morgan Gautreau to be able to keep that out of any sort of danger and prevent that from being a goal-scoring chance.
And now Watt the other way. Dangerous one-on-one. There she goes, and Nielsen up to the task.
To combine with Ashley Hatch has been a difference maker. Really putting the Chicago Red Stars under some pressure once they get in and around the box.
Grady sneaking back on defense. Going one-on-one. Watt, who switched off to the right-hand side, wins a corner for the Red Stars. Bernardo. Well, the deflection works well for Chicago. And driven through. Watt driving into the penalty area. And while this gets into the net, it won't count. Offside flag was up. Launched forward for Washington. If they can latch on here in midfield, could make something of it. It feels like Huster's natural position in this formation is 10 yards beyond the center backs. Feels like she exists further forward. Excellent ball through. How did this get through? Lavelle saved there.
Spirit making these runs out of the midfield from their midfielders deep. Chicago Red Stars isn't a
lengthy diagonal. And Watt charges fearlessly into the penalty area. And Watt knocks it across. Falls, earns a second time. Out to Short, who chips it back. Out comes Bledsoe. In steps Ertz. Nagasato. That ball, intelligent. In stepped McGrady. On to the second half here. Washington and Chicago, 1-0 to the Spirit in the 46th. After the first 10 by Rose Lavelle. How about this opportunity? How about a goal right at the outset in the second half? And Ashley Hatch, the BYU alum, steps up for the Spirit.
Well, we thought the first half was a dream start for the Washington Spirit. How about this second half? Fantastic run. You see Ashley Hatch realizing Alyssa Nair taking a little bit of a too calm of a touch here. Just pounces on it. Makes the most of it. Fires in the back. There's the touch. Can't get it out from underneath her. Ashley Hatch continues her run. Just makes the most of it. You can see how it...
And they've gotten this far before, and they make something more of it. Watt. St. George. Bernardo. That does slip through. And Gautreau, with a new name on her back, pulling Chicago one closer. The former Morgan Bryan grabbed Chicago's first goal of the tournament.
Just like that, though, we see Chicago pouncing on Washington Spirit. It's this deflection and this run through Morgan. Back so many yards. Can they continue to push the line, keep compact with their midfielders and their strikers? Won't be as much space for those midfielders for Chicago to have to cover.
Ertz plays it wide. And Watt now got her defender in the air, plays it toward the near post, and down goes Bledsoe to pull it in. Short, laid it along. Bledsoe up with ease. Into the 79th minute in Utah in the 2020 NWSL Challenge Cup. The Washington Spirit raced out to an early lead and expanded it early in the second half. They're looking now for a third. Racing on, Sanchez. Sanchez continues. Now she shoots, it's blocked. Dead ball specialist for Chicago. In comes Savannah McCaskill. Set piece here, bounds in front, all the way across. Chicago dodges a bullet. Johnson. Somehow out to St. George. That tackle off the mark.
There and shut her down, but you've got her going in line. You don't need to make the tackle there. Just keep her on her feet.
McCaskill. Bledsoe able to all the way out and punch it away. Ball comes on. Meanwhile, Collins comes in for Hatch, and so both of our second half goal scorers have left the match. McCaskill. Able to play it back. Johnson able to get it ahead. Now St. George! Bledsoe there. Slid it further. Now up toward the end line. Ball crossed. Nair somehow lifts that over. Denying Avery Collins of her first professional goal.
This is a perfectly timed run by Collins. Just floats in, and then at the last minute.
Washington led by 2, less than a minute into the second half. Chicago pulled one back. Washington takes possession midfield. And now Chicago with one final chance. Ertz. Throw for Chicago. Gone beyond the 6 minutes. Turning into the box, Johnson. The referee blows for full time. Washington Spirit, exactly the start they were hoping for. 2-1 win over the Chicago Red Stars.
Coming into this game for the Washington Spirit, talked about a winning mentality, wanting to win this tournament. Got right up on the front foot. And first games can be important in these types of tournaments to create that momentum going forward. And that's exactly what the Washington Spirit put on display tonight.
Ashley Hatch with the game winner. Washington over Chicago in both teams' first game in the Challenge Cup. Presented by P&G and Secret.